Hi friends, welcome again to my channel. I'm so glad that you can join me today. Today I'm going to talk about a big opportunity I had before me and I let it go. It was a big mistake. It was $100 million company, a special type of service that was provided at that time. There was no license needed. Today there's a special license that is needed, and I'm going to show you how I got into that business and what I did wrong and how I was not able to, I got the opportunity but I let it go. So before we get started, please would you subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, and let's spread the love. All right. So early in my life, I had a desire for a certain type of business. I wanted to be in this particular business, but before I could get into that business, I actually went and I got a job working for companies that had that type of business. So I was very familiar with this type of business. It's a special type of business, special type of service. So I worked probably about 3 years in the industry and I learned a lot from it. So then I left there and went into consulting. And in consulting, I was doing things that was different to what I was involved with before in my job, in the special type of service. We don't want to mention it now because of the legal ramification involved in it. So I did a few businesses. Up to that time, I had started literally about 15 different types of businesses. Some were successful, some were not, some were dismal failure, some were 50-50, and some was good. So I was making a name for myself. People were coming to me. I was doing consulting. I was helping businesses grow and expand. I was helping people start their businesses and so on, because I myself had started a few businesses. I had a few success under my belt. And so I used that to launch my career in business consulting. So I learned a lot about turnaround management. I learned a lot about what to do if a business is failing and what to do to prevent a business from failing. And so during this particular time, I started making connections with people in the industry that I worked for before, not necessarily because I wanted to go there at the time. I really wasn't thinking about that, even though in the beginning that is what I was thinking. But for this particular time, I just wanted to network. And so I met a few people in the industry. I met, accountants, lawyers, and so on, who were in the industry, and we became friends. So during the course of time, I don't know how much time had passed, I made friends with this particular accountant. And this man was directly involved in this industry. So we began to talk, and he began to ask me all about what I did before and so on. I told him, and he was very interested in like, wow, because you were in the industry, you left the industry to come and do, what's the problem there? I said, no, it was no problem. It's just that I wanted to be, more direct hands involved as opposed to working for somebody. I want to be involved in establishing the business, planning the business, launching the business, packaging the business, selling the business. So he said, oh, okay, that's fine. And so, but what at that particular time, I need to put this in, at that particular time, still is now anyway, I was very unorthodox in my approach to business. I was not operating and consulting the normal way of consulting. It was to other people it was strange, unorthodox, it was different. So this accountant knew it, so we talked about it, and he questioned me about my unorthodoxy of the business side of it, and he drilled me a lot, and he was impressed how I was able to articulate why I do what I do. Okay, and so he said, okay, no problem. He's working on a few deals. If I need your services, I will call you. So he did. He called me, I really can't remember how much time later, but he called me. He said, look, I have this company. This company is going down. I can't help the company anymore. As far as I'm concerned, the company is supposed to be bankrupt. I'm recommending that they shut this thing down and so on. However, I told the business owner that I have a guy who's very unorthodox. If you want the success, you have to do what he said. It may sound crazy, not illegal stuff. Just the way how he do it it doesn't make sense, but it worked because he saw the results of my work. So the guy said, okay, let's try, because I really don't want to shut this business down. So he came to me. I went in. I looked at the business, I looked at what was happening. The business had about 25 branches. And so all the branches had been shut down beside about 2 or 3. And so the guy his mind was not right. He had some emotional traumas because he started his business from a youth. Now he's a senior, and he don't like to him, he's looking at that as a failure. So it was a very stressful and emotional situation there. So I had to tread lightly on what I'm asking him to do, and the question that I'm asking him, because people like this, they cage you, they don't want to tell anything, and if they don't tell you, you can't help them. So we had a paradoxical situation here. So I began to look at the situation. I began to find out a few things. I saw, in my experience and my own gift and ability, I am able to see anomalies of things. I can look at a business, I can look at the books, I can look at the trends, I can look at and can see what is in there that not supposed to be there. What is different? Why is this here that's not supposed to be there? And if I shift it and if I move it, would it bring back things to its original, or would it be worse? So that's what I did. That's why I'm kind of unorthodox. That's why they call me unorthodox, because I could see the anomaly, but they can't see it. They will tell me like, oh, that's supposed to be there. Look, this in business, this is supposed to be there, but I am seeing that they're saying it's supposed to be there as an anomaly. It's not supposed to be there. If we take it out, business is gonna go as normal. And that's why with most of these businesses that I go to, they fight me. The owners fight me because they said, no, I went to business school and I've been in business. I said, you gotta take that out. That's not good. Move it up. But anyway, this business owner trusted me with the advice I was given. So the opportunity came where he got really despondent and he said, you know what, I'm not gonna keep this business, I'm gonna let it go. And so I asked him, I said, well, if you're gonna let it go, what would you want for the business? And he told me. And so I organized a partnership to get the what he was looking for. But then I changed my mind. I said, you know what? I was thinking at that particular time, if I buy this business, I don't want to have to spend too much time going into this business, fixing the business and picking it up together and then have to ship it out for sale. I don't want that. That's going to take, I envision it's going to take about 2 years if I go into it. So I decided, no, I don't want to do that, because I'm very ticklish for situation. I'm very precise, so I will want to do more than is necessary to sell it for. So he gave me his proposal. I liked the proposal. I was going to get my people together, actually put a team together. But when I changed my mind, I said, you know what? Here's what I will do. I will fix the business for you and charge you a price. If you agree with my price, I will fix it. So he said, oh, you said you don't want to buy it? I said, not now. So that's the agreement was I was going to fix it. When I say I mean my team, because even though I will say I always tell you here who listening to me and watching me, if we cannot do this business by ourselves, we have to do this business with our team. It is too big. So he said, okay, no problem. You can go ahead and do it the way you want it, but I prefer you to buy it because I trust you. And the accountant who brought me in the deal, he also trusted me. He said, I said, okay, let me do it this way. So I did it. It took me some time. I think it took me about a year to put the business back together, and we put it in together, and the business, boom, start. A few of the branches that had shut down, we were able to restore it. We couldn't restore all of it. It was too much, but he restored enough that could cause the finances to come back into order. He got stressed because before he was stressed out, not understanding how he's going to, because the business is leaking the money, and he don't have enough money to fix the leak. At least that's what he wanted to do. He wanted to fix the leak. You can't fix the leak. You gotta remove the whole thing, throw out the whole pipe. So he waited patiently, and we did it. After 1 year, and I got my payment, the business was back together again. However, though, what happened, why I told you it was such a big mistake, and I was not really I don't know what was in my mind. I don't normally think like that. But how I understood, I didn't even know I made a big mistake. I only know I made a big mistake after, and that's why it's important for you to have a partner, because I really didn't, I told the partner what I wanted to do and so on, but I didn't sit down with my partners and explain to them the situation. Had I done it, they might have given me a different counsel, but I didn't do that. So I knew that I made a mistake by not buying the business after the fact, after the business was completed, after the business started to do well, and so on. The business owner himself is the one who let me know the mistake I made. I didn't understand that. So he didn't articulate it to me, like for instance, he didn't tell me, okay, you made this mistake. No, what he did, it was an embarrassment to him, because he was a man, he said, of integrity. So when the business came back together, he was so embarrassed. Embarrassed meaning that I charged what I charged compared to what I did. What I charged was like peanuts. It was a joke. So he realized what I did, and he said, you know what, I'm so sorry that I agreed with you for this little bit of price. This is not, I am sorry. I want to make it up with you, and I want to give you more. And that's what he did. He gave me more because he realized what I did was way beyond, and what I charged for what I did was way beyond what I told him. Not he didn't give me, I give him my price. But the man had integrity. He says, your price was way too low based on what you did for me. But at that time, he accepted the price, and I thought I was, at that time, I thought I was on the top of the world. I was charging big money. No, I was not charging anything based on that. So I had this opportunity. I passed it up. I did not even understand and understood at the time that what I was charging for my services was way below nothing. The man himself realized after the fact, I can't say it with my own heart, if he knew that at that time. I don't want to say it like that because he was in emotional stress and so on. Maybe he did, maybe he did not. I don't know. I can't say. I will not judge that. Okay? All I know is from now on, how I do business is this $100 million business changed my mindset about how I do business with other people and myself. So we don't do it like how we used to do in the old days. In the old days, that's what we did. Now it's different. Now we talking percentages. If I had gone in there, I would have said to him, the normal way I do it today would be like this. Okay, this is what you want me to do. This is my price. Can you afford to pay? No. Good. Well, then here's what I will do for you. I will do this for you for a percentage of the business, and this is my percentage that I'm looking for. Are you interested in that? Yes. No. Had I done that, I would have had the company and been able to own that company, which is now the same company. I am in contact with it, is now $1 billion company. I would have been a billionaire. Well, at least I had partnership, so we would have been billionaires together, you know. So this is some of the things we do. We do consulting on this kind of level, and we help businesses. So I say, if you are interested in starting any type of business, buying a business or starting a business, we always say on this channel there are 2 strategic resources that are necessary to get your feet off the ground if you want to do this business. You have to have some kind of networking skills and abilities. And I always say, when we say networking, we're talking about network marketing, not that. What we mean by networking skill and ability is that your ability to articulate your vision, your dreams, your plan to an individual, that when that individual hear the plan, hear the dream, hear the vision, it will be so impressive to them that they will want to be a part of what you're doing and come in as partners, come in as whatever it is, however the situation they decide that they want to come into. That's the number 1 resource you need to have. And the second resource is negotiation. You need to be able to negotiate. Well, I have to be honest with you. In this big deal, I fumbled the ball. I did not negotiate it as I was supposed to. However, though, after that, after that, I was able to negotiate. I mean, I could negotiate now. But before that, with this deal, I just rumbled stuff off. I didn't really count the cost. It was not how I normally do business. Something went wrong with me. I don't know what it was, but I fumbled the ball. I was a consultant at that time, so which means I had the experience, but just that in this particular case, maybe I am saying this after the fact, maybe it's because of the emotional trauma that the business owner was in. Maybe I took it on too personal or something like that. I don't know, something like that, you know. In real estate, we say never fall in love with the business. And I think that's what I did. So the emotional trauma that he had, it came on me, and I accepted it. So I was trying to be soft and lenient. That's not good in business. So now we have partners involved where whatever it is, any trauma, anything is in, we don't allow that to affect the judgment and the value that we are giving to the business to make it prosper. If we are going to make this business, that's what we did it. We made this $100 million business into a $1 billion business, and we didn't even know that's what we did. And so we charge what we were charging, and we charge differently now. How we charge on what was there. We didn't understand that what was there, when we finish, it will be much more, 7 times as much as this. Therefore, we cannot charge on what was there. We have to charge on what is going to happen after we finish. It's going to be more. So we learned that, trial and error. We don't do it like that today. We do it differently. Now we do it. If this business is have a potential, and we could put this business into that potential bracket, we are going to charge based on that. Okay, so if If you want to be a part of it, just leave your description, leave your comments in the description. Let us know what you're thinking. Let us know what's happening. If you have been in this kind of situation before where you allow emotions to get a better hold of you and your judgment was mad, you were not able to articulate exactly what you need. That's why we have a team. So when we talk today, we talk about the negotiation. What we are going to negotiate, and the team is going to say, no, that's not the approach we should take. So that's what we do today. So in our next video, we're going to talk about the beauty magnet. I'm going to show you where I came from and how I partnered with somebody and we get into the beauty business and what happened and how it was successful. All right, so until next time, I'll see you.